That's the difference between solar saving you money in month one and not saving you money in month one. Interest rates increasing means that you can no longer save in month one with solar if you're financing it in a way that you used to even 12 months ago.
Well, Spencer, if we look at the current state of the union, as it were, it seems pretty clear based on some of the anecdotal evidence that I'm able to track, not reading WoodMac reports, but reading the furrowed brows of executives that I'm on calls with, and publicly traded companies, not to name one directly, but we've had a few with earnings calls very recently that have had an impact on the equities market, certainly for our sector. It seems clear there's an overall decline in homeowner demand. Can you give us a sense what your data suggests may be the underlying reasons for that slowed demand?
Sure thing. So, and I think that's the question that everybody wants to know the answer to. It's what's causing this, number one, and then number two, when's it going to stop? When's it going to turn around? And so, in terms of what's causing it, obviously macroeconomic factors are playing a very big role here. Certainly, inflationary pressures on all sorts of consumer goods is meaning that homeowners have less discretionary income to apply to these major home improvement, big ticket item purchases. If you even look outside of the solar industry and go to what Home Depot says in their earnings call, in their Q2 earnings call, they saw a year-over-year drop in sales. It was only 2%, so they're doing better than the solar industry is. But on the call and in their earnings report, they said, while there was strength in categories associated with smaller projects, we did see continued pressure in certain big ticket discretionary categories. What is solar if not a big ticket discretionary category? So that I think is the biggest, broadest, overarching industry-wide sort of issue at play. When you go beyond that, certainly interest rates and changing interest rates has made a huge impact on the economics of solar. If you just draw out the math for a typical 7 kilowatt system, right? Depending upon where in the country you are, if you're in New England, you're going to get 9,000 kilowatt hours a year out of that system. If you're in Arizona, you're going to get 12,000 kilowatt hours a year. So you're getting between 750 kilowatt hours a month and 1,000 kilowatt hours a month. Depending upon what you pay for electricity, that's anywhere from $100 a month electricity bill to a $200 or $300 a month electricity bill, right? For 1,000 kilowatt hours a month at 30 cents a kilowatt hour in California. The average price for a 7 kilowatt system on Energy Sage is about $20,000. And so if you're looking at a 25-year loan at a 2.99% interest rate, which is what it was on Energy Sage a year ago, the difference between that and a 5.9% interest rate, which is what we hit in the third quarter of 2023 here, just a couple months ago, that's going to be $30 more per month in terms of what solar costs if you finance it as opposed to pay for it in cash. So now when you look at those monthly bills and you say, okay, how much of a difference is $30 a month? Well, if your electricity rate is under 20 cents a kilowatt hour, that's the difference between solar saving you money in month one and not saving you money in month one. I know that was a lot of sort of math and examples. We can try to simplify it and do a shorter version of that. But basically, interest rates increasing means that you can no longer save in month one with solar if you're financing it in a way that you used to even 12 months ago. I think people are looking at all of their purchases, all of their discretionary purchases, and are recognizing, now isn't necessarily a great time to take money out. Now's not a great time to buy a home. Now's not a great time to buy a car. Now's not a great time to buy any major big ticket item that you're planning on financing. And that's what we're based on interest rates alone. And that's what we're seeing.